in this Ssangjon mine, our goal is to produce up to 20% W3 grade tungsten concentrate, so which will be transported out to our Pure processing plant, where this 20% or 15% concentrate will be upgraded to 60 to 65% concentrate.
We're fully funded. We've had tremendous response to this 20-cent round that values the whole group at just 40 million Canadian pre-money, compared to Almonty, which is 1.8 billion Canadian. So we're going to keep this round open for one more week. We're then going to look to do a listing next year. So leave us your name, your email. We'll happily give you a call if you leave us your number.
Today we're having a chat with Jeremy Gray, outgoing CEO, and Tiger Kim, incoming CEO of Pure Tungsten. Gentlemen, it's great to have you on the channel again. Jeremy, perhaps first a word to you, really. How are things going over there?
Things at Pure Tungsten are going fantastically well, Stein, and we're very honoured to have Tiger Kim coming in as CEO to build what we believe will become the largest tungsten producer of the Western world. And as you can see here, Tiger's on site at our flagship Ssangjon mine in South Korea. Morning, Tiger.
Morning, Jeremy. Good morning, Stein. Good to see you again.
Definitely good to see you again, Tiger. And perhaps you can take us along, really, what is going on behind the scenes? We see some trucks moving. What are you guys working on?
Okay, well, we are talking and discussing with the Pure Tungsten about this share exchange and merger transaction. From the beginning of September, we are on full throttle mode at Ssangjon mine in order to complete the completion of underground processing plant area, as well as bringing in all this equipment which are ready, standing by at the plant. And we expect we are not going to have any problem in producing in the first quarter of next year as scheduled. And the activities you are looking at behind me is actually the loader putting or loading the waste rocks on the trucks, and trucks will move it away to the bigger waste dam we have. That's the current activities. After this, I will go inside and walk you through the activities going underground, including the jumbo drilling, as well as loading and unloading underground.
Awesome. And to shortly recap what you guys are doing, of course, we've done an in-depth site visit there. We'll definitely link to that down below. Really a great overview of the asset that you have and really the work that you're doing now. But there's an underground plant that you're planning to build over the next few months. You highlighted the equipment is waiting to be shipped to you. And now you're really excavating the cave in which you'll place that equipment. Is that right?
That is correct. As I said, we have completed all the access to the rich zone, meaning our target mining areas already. So we are ready to do the blasting and actual mining from tomorrow. But what we need to do is to complete the underground processing plants, where we will take all the ore actually mined and stopped from this target mining zone into the underground processing unit, which includes the crushing unit, grinding unit, and lastly, the gravity separation unit. And as we explained earlier, in this Ssangjon mine, our goal is to produce up to 20% W3 grade tungsten concentrate, so which will be transported out to our Pure processing plant, where this 20% or 15% concentrate will be upgraded to 60 to 65% concentrate, which will be our final product.
And Tiger, talking about timelines for a second, you started hinting at this already. Really, at what time frame could that equipment come in to be installed there? And then afterwards you could look at a ramp up and start producing.
Okay, all the major equipment which need long lead time of a production have been ordered and already manufactured, sitting in the plant, waiting for the shipments. The only thing is we need to have a space underground where we can put and install those equipments on, which is what we are currently doing and busy. And we expect, in terms of the timeline, our plan is to complete this underground processing area completed for the machine coming in by end of November. And December, we will do all this installation of equipment and then going into the test running of the equipment and doing all the commissioning. And although we have completed all these tests at our lab, as well as the major labs in China, so we are confident that producing 15 to 20% concentrate has no problem at all. But we still want to make sure that we have we are going to attain the highest possible recovery ratio with least the loss rate. That is our goal. And so to summarize the timeline, completion of all the underground space and foundation by the end of November, and December and January, we will have the equipment installation and commissioning. And since we are doing all these activities underground, where temperature is very stable, like 16 to 18 grades Celsius, we don't have any winter effect. So that's the good thing about our schedule. And after this commissioning, in 2 or maximum 3 months' time, we believe we can get into the commercial production sometime in March, or possibly earlier.
Very exciting timelines. And you mentioned that you're also drilling. What is really that drilling work for? Is that definition drilling for a production scenario?
Oh, yes. We have two different drillings. Obviously, main drillings for the blasting, which will be done by jumbo drillings. But at the same time, in order to make sure in the initial years we have enough good quality tungsten ore in a very organized and systematic fashion, we are doing this drilling campaign, and which the result of which has been very good. Actually, that's better than what we have expected. As you understand, we believe, based on previous report, our average grade of our ore, tungsten ore, is 0.646%. But actually, the outcome of these drillings it gives us two facts. One, average grade will be higher than that. And secondly, tungsten ore, it has more than expected width. In other words, we expected in the initial areas about 20 meters, but actually based on the drilling result, we are going to have the 30 to 40% entire ore body containing containing tungsten in a very homogeneous way, which would be great.
Tiger has recorded some very exciting clips underground at the Ssangjon mine, so we'll take a look at that right now.
I'm back in Ssangjon underground processing plant area. As you can see behind, we are running at full throttle to complete the underground processing area in time. We are in different gallery where our loaders and trucks are busy loading the blasted rocks out of the drift, which reaches to the top of the underground processing plant.
It's worth highlighting Tiger's standing on what we believe Ssangjon is a world-class tungsten mine deposit. It has scale, it has huge mine life ahead of it, we believe, excellent widths of intersection mine planning, and it's just down the road from Almonty's Ssangjon mine. And you remember Almonty has a market cap now of 1.8 billion Canadian, and Ssangjon's also restarting their mine at the same time as we're restarting Ssangjon. So I just wanted to give you some perspective here. We have a world-class tungsten mine, and they're very few and far. They're rare as hen's teeth, these sorts of deposits around the world, particularly outside of China and outside of Russia. You remember China and Russia are nearly 90% of global supply. So South Korea is leading the charge to deliver conflict-free tungsten to the West. And I think that's fantastic what Tiger's doing and his team on site. Yes, Ssangjon is also a good mine, which is the largest mine in Korea. It has a history of almost 70 years, the mining. But compared to Ssangjon, our mine is relatively young. Our mine was discovered in mid-60s and actually started the underground mining in 1968. And after only less than 10 years operation, this mine was hit by this Chinese exporting huge, massive amount of tungsten, driving the tungsten price plunge. So we had to, that's the reason for this mine to get closed. So in other words, as a relatively young mine, we have not done proper the drilling underneath, which we plans to do while we are producing. And we believe, based on the previous data, the potential
for the growth of our resource will be substantial.
Yeah, the potential is definitely substantial. When we walk through that mine in that site visit tour, again, link will be down below. Really precious to see that. Jeremy, talking about the merger for a second, how are things going over there? What's the progress and what are the timelines looking like?
I think the timelines are looking excellent for closing in the month of October. And our lawyers in Canada and South Korea are working 24/7 to get this done. The merger, it creates, I think, a powerhouse in the tungsten industry, Stein. We have assets now in Brazil. We have a mine in Brazil. We have obviously the beautiful Ssangjon mine that Tiger's standing on right now. But also we have Tajikistan, which he'll be visiting next month with investors. And that's also going to be a beautiful operation. So we have a very world-class scale business that I think will create, the premier tungsten producer in the Western world. So yeah, everything's on track. As you can see there, the trucks are moving. Everything's really starting to take shape. And we're very proud to have Tiger as our CEO of Pure Tungsten. He is a powerhouse and I'll just see him around his team. And they really admire and look up to this great man.
Thank you for that overview. And talking about the finances for a second, Jeremy, how are we looking there?
Yes, we're fully funded. We've had tremendous response to this 20-cent round that values the whole group at just 40 million Canadian pre-money compared to Almonty, which is 1.8 billion Canadian. We've had also a large cornerstone investor from South Korea that Tiger will announce shortly that is going to back us also. So we're going to keep this round open for one more week, and then we're fully funded, and we're then going to look to do a listing next year. So if you'd like to get involved, click on the More button below your video there, Stein, and you can just let us know, fill in your details, give us your number. Max, Ed, Eric, and myself are on standby to give you a call and give you more color. And if you want to get on the phone to Tiger, he's available as well anytime. So yeah, and basically, as you know, we're trying to replicate the success of our 4 gold companies with our 1,200 investors now in the tungsten market, and back Tiger and his team to create the #1 premier Western producer.
Awesome. Thank you, gentlemen. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. And I really look forward to meeting you in Tajikistan, middle of October.